Hello. Hopefully, get some people log in here, and we're going to talk a little Twitter live. We're going to talk a little markets, see what's going on out there. A couple things I haven't logged in a while on a live podcast, so give me some patience in case I screw up and knock people off again. But that happens. But a couple of things I mentioned in the markets today that I want to get into. Um, I put out a LinkedIn post as one of them that I really want to talk about was silver. If you look at a silver chart, man, I don't understand how this thing is holding up. It's got a really, really nasty looking, ugly chart, but it keeps holding up. Part of the hold up for that is there's 5 or 6 different narratives going on why silver and gold keep holding in. One of which is kind of a nice one. It's the clean energy one. The clean energy argument with cars shifting over, and they're going to use they need silver for the batteries and need silver for a lot of things that are going on. So there's a real utility case there that's really supporting it up. But I'd like to hear some more arguments for that. Look at my LinkedIn post if you can go find it and see what I'm talking about. But it's kind of an interesting scenario why silver's holding in there because man, that chart just does not look good for silver or gold. But that's just me. I don't really know what I'm talking about, so that's been proven as well too. By the way, if anyone wants to join in, join me live. Go down to the bottom of the screen in the bottom right. If you're looking at this on a phone, and there's 2 little happy faces there. You click on those, and it'll send a request to actually join me live in here, and I could invite you in the conversation. And you could share your wisdom to the world, which would be nice. That'd be fun. It's always nice to have someone to talk to. A couple of things that I was looking at. Again, the silver, I just want to rant about that. But look at my LinkedIn post. There's some interesting stuff in there that I want to get some people to flush out a little bit. Why silver is holding on when the charts really just, I don't think look that good. But that's me. Another narrative I heard today was regarding the U.S. dollar, which could tie into the whole silver thing certainly as well too. And the silver part of it has to do with, or I'm sorry, the U.S. dollar has to do with. There's rumors going around that the U.S. dollar index is just going to keep getting tanked. I heard this from an analyst from ADM today, and they've got a YouTube channel. They talk about the markets on there a little bit, and they talked about how the U.S. dollar index is probably being weighed down to the fact there's threats out there of more quantitative easing. I don't think it really shocks anybody, but there is talk there's going to be more quantitative easing before you get into the end of the year, and that's kind of keeping a lid on the U.S. dollar. Is that true? Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be quantitative easing or not, but that's certainly rational, and that could certainly play into the whole, metals complex as well too. Why it's kind of floating around, and sticking there. Talking dollar, I got to talk Bitcoin as well too. The Bitcoin 17,650 or something like that right now. That's just insane. It keeps going. I don't know where it's going to go. Are we going to get back to 20K? Momo's a beast, man. So we saw this last time happen back a couple of years ago. It got there real fast. And it's the same kind of momentum we have this time. It seems like when Bitcoin goes, it goes really hard. And that last time we got it to 20,000, if I remember correctly, it went from 10 to 20 in just a couple of weeks. Even it was just ridiculously fast. So I think we had another 5.5% today. So another strong move in Bitcoin. See how that kind of weighs out and keeps going. Another market that caught my eye today was Mexico. The IPC BMV index in Mexico, Did something go on down there? Did they cut rates or something like that? Because I'm not really sure what happened, but my hair's a mess. But the BMV index really took off. It was up 3% today, while most of the markets are pretty flat and light. I'm not sure what was really behind that, but I thought that was kind of interesting. What else did I have stapled in here real quick? Well, I'm just going to go into copper. Copper's, oh no, lumber. Lumber had another beast day today too. Another sharp run up there as well too. I've been in a bunch of online chats with people recently about that, about how Home Depot is doing really well. It's like, well, yeah, this home construction has really been paying off. People redoing their offices, building new home offices and things like that. So that's starting to pay dividends to the Home Depot stock. But the other thing I'll look at as one of my favorite indicators, copper goes along with lumber quite a bit. And if you look at copper, really the really interesting thing about copper to me right now is the fact that copper's going live tomorrow on U.S. time. It's Thursday morning in China. It's Wednesday night here in the U.S. What are we going live is that's going to be the internationalization of copper futures at Shanghai Futures Exchange in Shanghai. So traders not going to have access to trading copper futures in Shanghai, which is going to be just a huge thing. Copper's obviously, I'm pretty sure they're the biggest consumer of copper over there. It's just a massive market over there. So I'm super stoked for this. It's going to be a big trade. It's going to be awfully exciting to see how this really folds out and goes out because copper's got a lot of places you can spread that into. You can spread it into, obviously, LME. you can spread it into CME as well too. So there's going to be some real fascinating market moves in this one. It's going to be a fun one to watch, and I'm going to be curious to see how people play this whole trade. The copper thing coming out of Shanghai, it's going to be big. So I expect a lot of exciting things to come out of that. If you don't have access to China, and I know not many people do, we do have it on TT, of course, so you can get it there. Reach out to me. I can hook you up with a rep who can talk to you a little more detail about that. But that's going to be a really fun market. So keep your eyes out for that. And hopefully, I'm going to try and go live tomorrow with David Nealis, who is kind of a China expert. He's been in and out of China for several years. Has some office set up there, a company called Series, I believe. And he's been doing a lot of work in China over the years. I might go live with him tomorrow to talk about the China markets. He's very highly educated in that, knows it extremely well. He's had boots on the ground there for several years, although he also works out of Chicago. So a good Chicago guy, but a good Chicago guy that knows the China markets very well. Because again, he has an office there. He's worked out it quite a bit. So hopefully I'm going to go live with him tomorrow and talk about that a little bit. Other than that, that's really want to get out there and talk about the markets and talk about our wonderful hair. This is really getting out of hand. I'm up in the middle of the woods. I'm in northwest Wisconsin right now. I don't know if there are any barbers in this part of the state at all. So we'll always get some clippers. We'll see if we can get it cleaned up. So that's what we want to talk about. So those are the big things when we're watching again tomorrow. U.S. dollar is quantitative easing coming up. Is that keeping a lid on it? Are we going to crash to 90? I don't know, but it's getting a little tenuous there. Watching that silver. Where's the next $5 move in silver? Are we going to go to 30 or are we going to go to 20? I think we're trading. Where are we trading right now? I think went out today at Deck 20 went out at 24.57.5. So where's that next $5 coming at? Is it going to be higher up to 30? Is it going to be down to 20? I think a lot of the money out there. I'm looking at a chart right now that's just got a pretty nice little bullish channel that runs up from beginning of October through right now. So that kind of points towards next resistance on the upside. We're on 27.15, somewhere around there. See if we get there. I'll tweet that chart out when we're done here. So keeping an eye on silver. And it seems to me that silver is kind of taking over more chatter to a certain extent. I've heard more chatter about silver in the last several months than I have about gold. And I think part of it has to do with the batteries and things like that with the green energy space that's going to consume more silver. So they're finding much more utility for silver itself. It's going to pick up in use cases there. More demand is going to certainly flourish. So that's a very interesting story. That's going to be a really big, interesting story as we go into next year. Hi again. I'm talking about Bitcoin. If you want to look at Bitcoin, anyone wants to talk about Bitcoin, feel free to jump here and tell me about it because I don't understand it entirely, but it keeps moving, keeps going. You know, that's part of the battle thing. It's the big monster out there. You got U.S. dollar, you've got Bitcoin, you've got gold. Which one of these is going to kind of take over and be, the safe haven forever? I have no clue. But it's an interesting argument to have. It's an interesting thing to look at and discuss. So if anyone wants to talk about that, give me a shout. Other than that, I think I've rambled for enough. And I got to go get my hair cut. And outside of that, talk to y'all later. Send me a note if you want to talk about something. I'm always happy to have you online. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm out of here. Cheers. Bye.